is. It's okay, that's the market open coming up for you. 21,826 is what you have on the Nifty. The Sensex is at about 71,871 at this point in time. So that's a start. I mean, it's a subdued start. I was a little surprised, when the the early session, the pre-open was indicating a 50-60 point higher start or so. But it's a subdued start. Sonia has walked across to the big board. Sonia.
Okay, so let me just take you through a couple of stocks that are in the news. As you said, right, the opening on the Nifty is absolutely flat. The Nifty Bank is the one where the pressure has been kicking in the last few days. So here you go, 100 points low on the Nifty Bank, not looking good. But let's start with some of the big movers. Bharti Airtel, decent set of numbers. In fact, in pre-opening, Bharti Airtel was quite strong as well. It was up about 1%. There you have it, 2.5% higher on Bharti Airtel. Tata Motors, there was follow-on buying that we saw in pre-opening. So I would like to take a quick look at Tata Motors as well. It's had a phenomenal run and now once again at that 930 mark, quite stable over there. Ashok Leyland, there was a big margin beat this time around, and we just told you about how the the numbers, if you compare to Tata Motors, have been looking good. So 2.5% higher. The street is definitely rewarding that. Tata Chemicals has been a weak set of numbers, so that one could be in the red. The commentary was weak as well. They said the demand environment is not improving. So there you have it, 2.5% low on Tata Chemicals. But the mid-cap end of trade is buzzing. I mean, just look at the end of that screen. The Nifty mid-cap index is up almost about 0.3% right now. So there is plenty of traction in the broader markets. A quick look at some more stocks. IEX, the January volumes were up 26% for IEX. Would be interesting to see the trajectory on that one. 2% higher on the back of the volume growth. Jio Financial was the big mover in trade yesterday, but the company has denied reports of being in talks to acquire Paytm's wallet business. So Jio Financial, let's see, okay, that one is giving up some gains after the denial that came through from the management. Fusion Microfinance saw weakness in asset quality. Bank of India has seen a double downgrade from Morgan Stanley. So these are a couple of other stocks that you should keep on your radar. I think Bank of India, the last time I checked in pre-opening, was also under a bit of pressure. There you have it down 0.3%. But otherwise, you'd have to say that the Nifty is absolutely flat. Just look at this, 21,700. So just holding on to that. But the mid-cap index is where all the action lies. Back to you guys.
Well, that's right. Sonia, if you look at Idea Forge, that came out with a set of numbers. The stock is up close to around 15%. Remember, from its listing price of around 1,350, it corrected to sub that 700 rupees. And from there, it's seen a big bounce. So that's one stock that's moved up. You have MMTC as well that's spiked up in trade. That's up close to around 9% approximately, defying gravity, so to call it. You have BML Land, well, that was one as well, is up close to around 7%. And Medi Assist is up another 5.5% in today's trading session. So some of the stocks are moving on rather large volumes as well. Earlier today, we had highlighted that maybe, in fact, some of these sugar stocks could be on your radar. And a couple of them are doing fairly well. You have Sri Renuka Industries. Well, that had opened up and volumes are quite high on that one as well. You pull up Bajaj Hindustan. That's up close to around 2.5%. So a big move is what we're seeing out there on rather large volumes as well. And a few other notable names. SJVN is up 3.5%. IRDA is up close to around 5% approximately. Yes Bank is up close to 2.5%. So fair amount of action from the broader markets, guys.
Absolutely. And Nigel, as you were saying, Paytm is off the circuit. I mean, so yeah, today, 3 days now, it's been at the daily limit every day. And now it's about, I think it started at the circuit, but 5% off the lows is what's coming through. So very fluid kind of day for Paytm. 412 is where we are starting. I'll just mention, sorry.
I just want to say, sorry to interrupt, but Abhishek was alerting us that Paytm is now down 81% from its IPO price. So that's the kind of wealth destruction that Paytm has seen recently.
I think that cash in the books is something that will support the stock. I think it's 170, 180 rupees if you.
I think it's about 9,000 crores. In total,
approximately 10,000 crores approximately. And as Digant had mentioned yesterday, there were a fair bit of a fair amount of users out there as well. So those are a couple of factors. I think he mentioned a few crore users out there. So
4 crores.
Those are something. Those are a couple of data points that could be helping the stock. And the volumes in pre-open itself was almost a crore shares.
All right, let's just look at some of the other names as well. I think we mentioned Idea Forge. It's up, it's forging ahead, 14% on Idea Forge, 800 plus, huge volumes. I mean, it doesn't rank right at the top of the volume list at all, but today it is. IREDA is up 3%, 210, so it continues up. SJVN is the top number one volume-led gainer today, 2.5 higher there. MMTC is up 6%. So that's a newer one, 98 on MMTC. So once again, it is PSUs. Look at New India Assurance. New India Assurance ended, I think, it was at the circuit. I don't remember 10 or 20, but it was at the circuit yesterday by close. 8% on New India once again coming through. There is GSFC, which is up about 4% or so, and so many more names starting up. Triveni Turbine is up about 7%. I mean, ex-PSU, it's coming through at about 380, and I think names like KPI Green is up about 5% as well. So it's a very strong start. There's 1,400 stocks are higher and about 600 stocks are lower at this point in time. And on the way down, Paytm, of course, has still got the maximum pressure. Largest volume-led loser, but it's down 5% out of the circuit. Jio Finance is down 6%, so giving back some of that big move yesterday. I think the stock ended 10% plus yesterday, and it's coming off on large volumes as well. IRFC, yesterday also we saw some of these PSUs. There were a few PSUs which gave back gains. Today it's IRFC, which is down 4%. NBCC, which has gone up tremendously, that is down about 5%. GAIL is down 2.5%. Power Grid is down 3%. RVNL is down 3.5%. Shipping Corporation is down 6%, 262. It's a vibrant start. Hoodco is down 3%. Ircon is down 3%. So actually today, I mean, I think if you just count the number of stocks up and down on the PSU side, on both sides, there are more stocks which are down as compared to more stocks which are up. I mean, just a cursory glance. And Bombay Stock Exchange is down 5%. I think there is a downgrade from, I think it's Investec, which has downgraded their rating on BSE to a hold after the super strong rally we've had. Stocks at about 24.50. But as I said, right out of the gates, strong volumes and extremely large sort of gains is what we have. Pratik Agarwal